Minasan konnichiwa. So, my name is Fraser Wood, and today a recurring theme is empathy. Now, I've been in your position, so I'm always very keen to model the values that we talk about. I want to be transparent. I want to be honest. But most importantly, I want to weave through the entire talk that we're going to go through. So I will not be going through a specific use case with specific data, because what we're doing right now, we are mid-transformation. And we are working through, in MSD Japan, over 900 people at transformation where we're experimenting with agile ways of working. And we have had 2 teams, then 3 teams, then a whole business unit, and now we're taking the whole organization, 900 people in head office, and around 1,000 people in the sales force. We're taking this organization into agile. So we're in the middle of the transformation. So we have a very large company, and we're trying to get at least the basics across the whole company, roughly 120 countries, to understand and appreciate the value of the agile mindset. But in Japan, what we're trying to do is move from mindset to methodologies, fusing the culture, the practices, and most importantly, as has been mentioned, the systems. So what is an agile mindset? And how does that relate to Scrum? Well, one really good quote I like is, an agile mindset is a set of attitudes supporting an agile working environment. They include respect, collaboration, improvement, learning cycles, pride in ownership, focusing on delivering value, and the ability to adapt to change. But I think most importantly than anything is the last piece. I think you can boil down the agile mindset to a very simple phrase: continuously improve what you do and how you do it. And if we can simply get people to weave that into everything that we do, are we improving the what? Are we improving the thing, the product? And are we improving the way we do it? And to do that, you have to think about empathy. You have to think about each other as a team. But importantly, as Professor Nanaka-san said, you have to think about empathy with your customer and empathy with your team. Agile transformation, once again, can we continuously improve the what and the how? Well, the what is making great products, satisfying our customer. And so a lot of the time, agile transformations really start with improve how we do. And this largely breaks down, in my view, to culture, practices, and systems, as we've mentioned many times today. If we want to do that, it's really important where we start. A lot of people think it's about the culture. That team looks great, it looks fun, I want to work there. If you want this culture of collaboration, you've got to drive this. And culture is a great place as part of transformation. It's a great element of transformation. But as is mentioned earlier on, culture in itself is not sufficient. And it's very hard to start from culture. Hiranabe-san, please, could you be more transparent? Be happier, right? It's a very hard place to start. What does it mean to change my culture? It's very hard to tell people to change their culture. Practice is driven. I'll teach you Scrum, so you're going to be fantastic at Agile. It's not true. Just because I teach you the process doesn't necessarily mean on its own you're going to be a great collaborative team that's transparent, that's working within a business way. And very often the best Scrum trainers don't just teach you the process. They teach you the mindset. They care about your culture, and they help you solve problems continually. Then we have systems, systems-driven transformations. How can we change the focus of organizational design? How can we think about some of the blockers, some of the things that get in the way of what we do? So if we just do one of these things, what happens? If we only do culture, well, what we get is all talk. Lots of leaders talking about culture change, talk about these big ideas, no dice. What happens if we get practices driven, if it's just practices? Well, we get zombie Scrum. Zombie Scrum is very dangerous. and it's really a very negative thing that can happen. And it's very easy to happen, especially with teams that are used to following a strict process without questioning why. To Paul's point earlier on, the value of you and everyone in this room is that you ask why. That's why you're here today. So if we don't ask why and we just follow the process and go through the motions, we're just zombies going through Scrum. And if we just do systems and we just think about systems in a special box, in a special meeting room in the executive team, and they design all the systems that are getting in the way, well, then it can be very top-down. So my point today, really, is that all three are very important. Where you start your journey will be very different. But you must find the balance between these three things before you start scaling. And you must think consciously about where to start your transformation.